Hey Scouts and Scouters, this is John Patrick Hickey from Scouting Out of Uniform. You possess one of the greatest powers in all of the universe. You ever think about being a superhero? We've all had our superhero dreams, where you have some kind of supernatural power that can overtake anything. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are a superhero. You have that power. What is that power that you possess that can absolutely change everything, that gives you the ability to do the incredible, to do the impossible? It's called the power of choice. Yes, you have the power of choice. You choose everything that goes on in your life. Oh, it doesn't seem like it. I know, especially when you're young, you think that everybody else is making choices for you. But that's not true. You have the power to make your own choices. You choose to go along with what other people may tell you. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, because one of the things that as a young person you learn from adults is wisdom. You learn from their experiences. Don't just assume that because someone isn't you, that they don't understand what you are going through. Every young person that there is goes through a time of thinking, well, you don't know, or I'm all alone, nobody understands where I'm at, nobody understands what I'm going through. Fact is, we all understand. Everybody understands, because we all have been in that same place of feeling alone, feeling that nobody understands how we feel. But that is gaining wisdom, and you have to choose that as well. You see, there are times that we need to make a decision, and someone gives us some advice. Now, we can take the advice or we cannot take the advice. Now, many times it's wise to take the advice because it's somebody who knows what they're talking about. That isn't giving up your choice. That isn't saying that they're making the choice for me. That is saying, this is a smart thing to do, and I choose to do the smart thing. Do you understand this? That it is a case that everything you do, every decision you make is within your power. And when you see that it's within your power, it helps you to make right decisions. You don't want to make wrong decisions. Important thing, and we're going to talk about this at another time, but it is very important to understand, and that is one of the things that comes with the power of choice is that you have to understand the power of consequence. Every decision you make has a consequence. Everything. If you choose to do what's right, you'll benefit from the right consequences. If you choose to do what's wrong, you'll suffer the problems that come with a bad choice, because those are the consequences. Somebody who is dishonest and steal something, and they end up getting arrested, end up going to jail for what they've done. That's a consequence. They made a decision to do something illegal, and they had to suffer the consequence of doing that. Somebody who wants to work, they get a job, they work hard, they show up on time every day. They do more than what they're asked to do. They really put forth the effort. They choose to be a top employee. They get a promotion. They get a raise. They move up in a company. That's a consequence. That's the consequence of doing what is right. See, everything has a cause and effect. It's just the way that life is. Everything has a cause and effect. So in using that power of choice, you have to take into consideration what this is going to be. When you make a decision, think about it. What will the consequences be? No one gets away with anything. Don't ever think. I don't care if you're young or old. Don't ever think that you can get away with something and no one's going to notice. because it doesn't matter if anybody notices, that you will suffer the consequence of the things that you do. That's just natural law. You will always suffer the consequences. If the decision is good, you'll suffer the consequences of a good decision. If they are bad, you'll suffer the consequences of a bad decision. It always comes around. There is always a price to pay for everything that we do. Take that power. It's your choice. Take the power to make right decisions in your life, to be able to think about what does this mean and make a decision to do what is right and what is good. This is where the Scout Oath and Law come in handy, because it gives us some direction. It gives us a basis that we can make good decisions with. When you have to do something, think about it. Does this make me trustworthy? Is this something that is going to move me forward? Do the laws of scouting support the decision that I'm making, or do they not? If they don't, then you're probably making a bad decision. When we have to do our duty, then we look and we make the decision that I'm going to do this because it is my duty to do it, because it is the right thing to do. That is always going to give you the ability to have the proper consequences. Look, decision making isn't easy, and you learn by experience. But as you go along, you have to have something that is your foundation that you build on. And I suggest you use the Scout Oath and Law as your compass to kind of give you the direction that you need to get you to the right place. You have an incredible power in your hands. You have the ability to make great decisions. Do that. And always be your best. Love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and change your world.
To get your copy of Scouting Out of Uniform, along with the workbook that goes with it, just go to our website at www.johnpatrickhickey.com. That's www.johnpatrickhickey.com. It's also available on Amazon.